If that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will. Jennifer herself has joined us in studio. Jennifer, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm blessed and favored, and you?
I'm also blessed and favored. I like that response you like to give.
Well,
First of all, I have to ask, how do you manage to chop cassava, fry gari, and do all of that without hurting yourself?
okay, thank you very much. Hi to everyone watching, everyone listening. Okay, so this is my mom's profession. That's a professional job. I believe she went to Legon because of this. and I've been doing this, she's been doing this even before I was born, and so I've learned how to do it. And I was doing it before I lost my sight, and so I had everything in mind. I've been doing a lot of calculations too as well. I went into total darkness for 11 years now as a result of glaucoma. Now I've been I've been quite doing so well with it because it has been my constant job. Yes, that's the only thing she does, and that's the only way I can help her in life. And so I try not to at least play stubborn. I try to be the best. I try to do as much as I can, as every normal child could have done, or as every other sight person could have done. Yeah, and so it's all about calculations and how you position the things. And yes.
And you've never hurt yourself before?
I don't think so. I don't think I have a cut.
She's looking at her hands while we're talking. So when you go to school, I mean, this happened 11 years ago. How old are you now?
I'm 19.
So you were about 7 or 8 when this happened. So for the past 11 years, how have you managed in school? Has it presented any challenges to you?
Okay, thank you very much. In school, so it's not all that easy. Knowing fully whether you can see the colors, then when they say this one is green, this one is blue, you can see it yourself, the color of the earth. When they say this person is dark, you know how it feels like. Then all of a sudden, if you want to know whether this money is 1 cedi, you take it to somebody way and you're saying it's very, very, very hard. But that is just life. I had to accept my challenge. I was sent to school for the blind in 2008, right after the second surgery in Kolebu. And that's where I began my education. So I had to start all over from scratch, yes, from KG1 to KG2. I spent 11 years there. And I wrote my BC, I think I was done on the 14th of June. 2019, yes.
So that should put you in SHS2?
Yes, I'm in SHS2. I'm a good track student.
Beautiful.
A proud one as that. Beautiful.
But we learned earlier that in the school that you're in, you are unable to study some subjects.
Yes, we don't do math and science because we don't have the, science requires experiments mostly. And if you don't have all those things, you can't do. So we lost learning and teaching materials, as in the visually impaired section. Though we're in one class with the people who can see. I'm in an Art 2 student. I do literature Art 2. And so anytime there is math, all the visually impaired go out. Anytime there is science, go out. Because to say the truth, even if I were to be a teacher and I'll be teaching and I'll know that some people are not partaking, it's sometimes annoying. So you just have to allow us leave the class so that those who are able to do it. But it's because we don't have the talking calculators and stuff. We can't really deal with calculations and all that experiments. So yes,
so how do you feel? I mean, you want to be a journalist. I mean, you were saying earlier, I'd love to be interviewed by you someday. But how do you feel when you know that you need these subjects to be a journalist and now you can't study them?
Oof. It's so, I don't know, it hurts a lot. It hurts a lot. Knowing fully well that I really wanted to be a journalist. I became so disappointed when I discovered that GIJ is not accepting visually impaired currently because they don't do maths and science. It hurts a lot knowing that you're being turned away from what you want to be just because of maths and science. You don't do maths and science. And you know, they are the basics of life. Without maths, I understand those facts. Yes, without maths and science, it would be too upgradable, you know, so.
No, so from what I'm hearing you say, your school needs calculators that talk and other implements that are specifically designed for persons like yourself.
Yes. We need that to study those two subjects. We really need that to study those two subjects.
Amazing.
So it wouldn't feel like we're excluded, because we've been excluded in all these while. You know, we've been excluded. We don't do maths and science ever since visually impaired started going to senior high school. Yes.
That's really bad. I'm so sorry about this situation, and we are hoping that the authorities who are currently watching can do something about this. You weren't born like this. You had 7 or 8 years where you could see clearly, and then this happened. Tell me about that transition process and how did you feel, really?
So it felt so bad, you know. You, like a doctor giving you this date that, oh, you start becoming blind from, let's just say, on the 22nd of this month, that month. And all of a sudden, for all you know, you wake up on that same day, you have it in mind, God, I'll become blind on this day. And yes, it happens. It's really feels some way. But yes, as I said earlier on, there's nothing I could do about that, you know. I think I was being taken to churches, you know, the pastors, the prophets, reverends, ministers, and all those stuff. But it's got to a time that sometimes I go to church and they'll be like, this girl, your eye will open. I'll say, no, I'm not even here because of that. I've accepted my challenge. Wow. So, yes, it's
Do you feel angry at God sometimes?
Really angry. Oh, at first I used to ask, oh, so God, why me? Why did you do this to me? Why me? And then there was a question in my mind one day that, if not you, then who? Then I was like, oh, so I had to understand. I don't feel angry. I don't get angry with God. Well, He holds the world and He knows what's His best, and He does. Probably if I am to be with Side by now, I would have given birth to 3 or 4. No, so...
Jennifer,
I'm okay.
I love how excited you are about your life. And you were talking earlier, my friends are telling me that you said you don't even want anyone's sympathy at all.
Yes.
You trust me, you don't look like someone who should get sympathy. You're too dressed up and good looking for that anyway. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
All the best, okay? I sincerely hope that you get those implements you need to study maths.
We get those implements. And for everyone, this video, my TikTokers and the Instagrammies and stuff, you can follow me on Instagram at queen_Jeeta. That's queen_Jeeta. And then it's the same name on TikTok too. Don't worry if it's too complicated, yes, because I'm a queen of my own world, you know?
Okay, so let's move from the queen of her own world to a few other stories before we wrap up. It was built close to a century ago and served not only as a permanent abode to the overlord of the Wala kingdom, but also serves as the political, religious, and traditional symbol of the Wala traditional area. The iconic Wanas Palace, built with mud bricks and having Y-shaped wooden columns that support its flat roofing, is our next destination in our Ghana Month series. Joy News' Rafiq Salam reports.